where BMC are going to be quite comfortable. What is the situation for complexity? That's the question. For the entire series?
Somebody sent me a tweet while we were on the break, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Because the pistol's live, Dad. Complexity starting on the CT side, 3-man on road towards top mid, playing very forward positions. Def having a look towards apartment. He won't see anything yet, but BMC, they're not rushing anywhere. So Def's position, well, he's not pushing too much. Ouch.
This is the... I mean, can they win a pistol round? Can Complexity win a pistol round? They've yet to do so, James. They have not won any pistol rounds yet. Last time, they lost 2 versus 5 on Train. They were close, but not close enough, apparently. Desi is going to be moving in. There's a few players. Oh, the bomb was just tossed there. Lots of players here. Oh, see ya. Connor with the bullet straight to Desi's face.
He's got a USP now as well. Oh, there's another one. Con 93.
Con 93.
Con 93.
Saying
Con 93.
Saying Con 93 really slightly reminded me of Con Air, that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's because it starts with Con.
Just reminds me of old crappy internet names. What's your name? My name is Con 93. So someone tweeted me and said, not sure if you'll see this, but Neptune is like 15.
Yeah, I had that in the production room actually. Yeah, he's 15.
Is he even like employable?
Is he employable? That's what a question that is.
Well, I mean, like, what do you do if you can't? If someone is too young to be employed as a Counter-Strike player, then what do you do? Can you like contribute to their pension instead? Can you have some kind of informal agreement just based on trust? Or
make the birth certificate, obviously. Go on, James.
Or do you like, I don't know what you do, like employ their parents? Yeah.
Oh, that's really quite funny, actually. Well, looks like this pistol round is failing here for Complexity, unfortunately for them. Well, are you saying like employ their parents, and their parents have the ability to then like give their children up for work?
I feel like a lot of parents would just not give their kids the money, especially when they're 15. Like, you don't need this money. We need this money.
We worked that hard to raise you.
Yeah.
This money is now
time
ours.
to start paying rent.
15.
Which is 100% of your salary, which you don't have because you're too young.
Oh, man.
I mean, what's your argument if that's like, okay, Dad. You take it. Dad's like, I'm off to Vegas. So Android's got an opportunity to kill a lot of people here. However, he has a 5-7 and armor to save as well. I know, like Wardle's done. There is the potential for a weapon to be. Oh, okay, here we go. Just the one kill. I was going to say, depending on where Wardle died, maybe the explosion would have pushed the weapon towards him. However, that was not the case. He just got the one kill. One bullet would have been good enough for both players. Oh, we've got the HE grenades. If you're going to throw these down Banana, I think you've got to be slightly delayed. Or generally speaking, if you're going to throw, even on buy rounds, if you're going to HE Banana, it's nice to change your timings so the T's don't know when it's safe to. So the T's don't know when it's safe to go into Banana. So that's just an important thing. Don't always throw your grenades at the same timing. Because if you change it up, you could do colossal damage.
It's true.
Another note for the people at home. If you want to Molotov the sandbag position, if you're moving up Banana, there's a window on that door. If you just aim to the right-hand side of it, then, I mean, you can practice it at home, but you should be good to Molotov sandbags or grenade sandbags, whatever you're doing.
Well, the A side is well and truly taken here. Wardell just making that money, readying himself for the AWP. The good old AWP. Def, though, is going to alleviate him of the burden of life.
The burden of life, wow. You should be a bad guy in a Marvel film. I will relieve you from the burden of life. You could be in the next Doctor Strange movie with lyrics like that.
Right, well, BNC with the 3-0 starts. Complexity. It's always rough on the CT side of Inferno to not have the nades, the sufficient grenades, and obviously Jason Art is forced to buy UMP to try to mitigate that situation. Now, BMC with the AWP on Wardell. It will be interesting to see how they choose to use him, how he chooses to try to open up spots for the T side, because there's a lot of ways for you to kind of peek around corners with the AWP to try to get that opening pick for your team. That can be very, very impactful. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we'll get any of that, as well as we're seeing from BMC some general pressure here towards the apartments. Very important here that you establish that initial map control across Banana. You take all of Banana, you force CTs back, and then you take away apartments as well. And now CTs have no information. So it becomes about managing their grenades, and the CTs that is, and finding a spot to do some timing, a timing flash for some info. Because right now they have no info, James, and that's dangerous.
Smokes have been deployed. But again, it's dangerous, the B bomb site. And Complexity, having lost a pistol, can't afford really to go for any information plays, but we'll come to the rest of it later on. They've got pushes through the smokes. BMC not going to wait any longer. 2 kills though for the CT side so far. Jason are taken down. Desi peeking through the smoke, but he will go for the retake play. That was dangerous with the CZ. Can he find the right angle? He can't. Got to be careful. Rest of his team slowly joining. Def around CT now. Android catching up as well. Pot shots being taken by Wardle as the push comes in from construction.
Wardle is really the man here. He has the AWPs right at the back there at triple. If he can get some work done, well, it doesn't even matter. We've got Seb and Neptune with the AKs. Great work there from Seb. Finds himself Android as he tries to make his way in. The deep push comes in. Wardell picks up the kill with the pistol instead of the AWP. And he was very much saved. I think Wardell there was saved, that is, by his teammates with those AKs. A lot of shots for him to hit that were not connected.
So what I was going to say is...
straight into the coffin. I like that. Sorry.
On old Inferno, like new Inferno, often when you're about sub 40 seconds, the CTs will expect a B play. You saw the rotation come in from Complexity. That third player started to make his way over towards the B bomb site. And you see timing with the grenades, and again, good to mix it up. I think it's going to be harder to land those when the Ts are on an anti-eco. But all the same, those of you at home, always mix up your grenade deployments. Give your opponent evidence to use against you, and then abuse the evidence you've given them to your advantage. Speaking
of evidence, we had a lot of running there in the apartments. I think Seb heard everything. He's not actually going for the push, but BFC they want B, James. They want to take B, and that makes, unfortunately, they actually have no Molotovs at the moment. That's unfortunate. That's going to make B difficult.
Well, at least it allowed them to safely, safer clear the banana area, sandbags and such. Corner doing good work, checking the boost, but that exposes him to Def on a low ground. Gets traded. Desi still on the site, but they're still checking. No bomb plant just yet until they know the site's completely clear. Again, those of you at home, don't run onto a bomb site holding the bomb. Run onto a bomb site holding your gun. Android will no doubt save his AK-47. Surreal has little to lose. No Kevlar for him, just a Deagle. And he will look to fish for a weapon. And again, perhaps there's an opportunity for a gun to be sent in his direction once the explosion has taken place.
Well, there goes Surreal.
I have never heard that
I have
before.
not heard that. I was very confused.
I mean, I don't spend a lot of time by the radio here in T-Spawn.
What is being said there? What is that, Italian?
It is Italian. Can't you hear the E's? The air.
Yeah.
We work with a lot of Italians.
I was about to say something Italian, but I just remember that most things I say in Italian have some kind of curse word in them, so I then refrained.
Or parts of cows. Or bulls, rather.
Manzo.
Dan once lived in Milan.
Straccetti di manzo. It's strips of beef. There you go.
Very nice.
Something you might want to order in an Italian restaurant. Now,
Can I have a burger, mate? You got any burgers?
Yeah. I can't. Never. I will no.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. So we have banana control being contested here somewhat. We get that forward smoke, the car smoke by. I'm probably always just going to call it the car smoke by Complexity.
Do it.
And they will, in doing so, prevent BMC from going for any more aggression towards that position. Instead, BNC doing something that they haven't really done that much just yet, and that is trying to set up for a forward play into the quad position, into the CT connector area, which could be the archway area, which could be problematic, as Complexity are playing 2 players on the A-bomb site here towards Pit. One on Pit and one actually kind of floating back towards Ali. Arch. Now the play comes in. BMC more control of the map. The floater in Desi back here towards A, but can he do enough here to defend? To help his teammates defend this?
The bomb just making its way off of top mid. Everybody on Arch around the smoke. This is carnage. Desi with a great angle, and his teammates running the distraction for him as well. What a collapse for BMC. Wardle with 3 players alive, 25 seconds, and 2 of them are in CT spawn, so there's still an opportunity, but so many places. Does he have time? I don't think he has time to run towards the B-bomb site. Jason was spotted. He's gonna try.
Oh no! Does he have time?
I don't know if he's got time to make it to barbecue, for example. He could go to his left as well.
Oh, I think he's got time to actually get the plant. 3.5 seconds is what he needs.
Oh, he's facing. Why would he do that?
He can still do it. He can still plant. He can still win the round. Maybe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's actually very possible now for Wardell. He sees the shadow.
Coming from Banana. Surreal's bait. What is he doing? Oh, I thought maybe he was baiting, but no, it's down to the 1 versus 1. He has no idea where Android X is coming from. He's just around the corner. It may have to be the no-scope here, but he's moved into second oranges. Oh! Why is he taking his knife out?
Android on the top.
Why is he taking? Where's he going? Like, why is he taking his knife out? Why?
Man.
He's going to New Box. You don't need to take your knife out to go to New Box. And he's turning his back as well.
Yeah.
Like, what was he thinking? That they're saving?
And that's one of those. I mean, he did hear. I think he did hear that Android was in that position, right? Or that towards Banana, because obviously now you can just jump up there, but you couldn't used to do that, or you were not able to do that previously. So maybe that's the reason why he had like a lapse.
I mean, there's a chance that maybe Android made a sound and he thought he was like around the car position on Banana, because sometimes, I mean, if he's using HRTF or whatever it's called, it can still be confusing at times. It is good, but it's not perfect. So that's the only thing I can assume, is that maybe he thought he was further away. Anyway, Complexity get their first round on the board. BMC back on the buy. Lots of strong weapons.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end, I mean, they still killed almost all 4 players and got the bomb down. That's actually still pretty insane work.
Yeah, it could work out even better if they win this round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Complexity's loss bonus would be minimal and they would have no money. So that can be to BMC's advantage. We saw that happen with NIP Vega Squadron in the major qualifier. Perhaps it could happen here as well. Not a good start though for BMC, with coN down to 5 HP. Complexity have only Def in a forward position, so they don't have a lot of information. But look how much time they're killing here. They don't know what BMC's intentions are, because they're playing deep in towards the B-bomb side as well, but these Molotovs happen to be absolutely ruining BMC's day.
BMC going for the push though. Ooh, I love this. This is always fun. Get yourself right in the smoke there as the CT. Oh, that's the T's push. Def in from the back with a nice timing. Shot missed by Wardell, and that is going to be everybody gutted by Android and Def. Between the 2 of them, 4 frags, and Complexity are able to convert on that round. BMC, though, they can still buy, and they are probably maybe even encouraged to do so, because keeping the pressure on is very valuable. We have 2 AWPs on Complexity now, but they won't actually go for the full buy. They will stick to pistols and go for a play with the Tech-9s instead.
Interestingly enough, if they have an eco strat here, BMC, it could work well against the Tech-9s if they take the right option. Android X is in trouble. Down he goes, can't get a single frag. Lovely jumping by the T side. So they've picked up a rifle. They've got players with armor. Seb getting tagged down, but there's another kill. And again, this is awkward. Tech-9 versus the AWPs. And now coN's picked one up. One of these sniper rifles. And questions start to be asked of Complexity. Do you go for the 3 versus 5 retake with no really strong positioning around the site? Desi picks up Seb. There goes Neptune as well, but Def on 4 HP. When do you give it up?
Oh, Connor. Oh, okay. Wardell's there to finish him off. And we have problems here. Jason will be able to burn down Sanks, but the bomb's still ticking away. Wardell, he has the AWP, and he has the wallbang too. 6-2, a timely victory here. James, they had
A cheap one as well.
there's sticks and stones,
A cheap victory.
and they're throwing sticks.
Yeah, that was awkward for Complexity. Can we have to see the scoreboard for a second, please, Mr. Observer? Thank you very much. So, I mean, I forget who it was in Apartments, but they had a very forward position, which makes me wonder if they perhaps miscalculated the money of BMC. In fairness, BMC could have gone for a buy there. So it's reasonable to expect that. So, you know, no judgments made. 2-6. Complexity force it up. Mag 7 out onto Android. That is a chunky grenade.
That's really nice.
It's like being slapped in the face by a frozen fish.
I knew you were going to say frozen fish. Don't know why. It reminds me of the good old MIRC days, or whichever version of IRC you had, where you just slap people with trouts.
Yes.
That's what I thought you were going for. If we are going to say frozen
No,
trouts.
because I always use VIRC.
Well, that's great. So the push into the B bomb site is upon us here. The forward smokes will start to dissipate very soon. And we've got 4 players for BMC here. They have also their 5th in Neptune, who's lurking in the back, holding the flank. But now it's time to throw in the nades. And they have a couple Molotovs to get in onto, at least Jason R's position should be Molotov. You would expect first oranges to get Molotov. There it is. Oh, actually covers both first and second oranges. And that is a very dead Jason R. Nothing he can do. Desi pushed to the limit here with the FAMAS, gets the kill and gets out of there.
Android X is still at the bottom of Banana. He needs to get escapes on, but Waddle's waiting for him with the AWP. In the meantime, Desi still holding the bomb site down. There goes the bomb as well. 23 seconds left, and now Waddle's being flanked. He has to come in for support. But there's Android. Bosh. Ooh,
no.
Lovely baiting there. Can he finish him off, though? Just about. 12 seconds remain. Neptune in a 1 versus 2. Going for the fake. But he can't do it. Android with the USP. Ding dong. Thank you very much.
Once again, Android, man, he's
Today is his day. Today is his day.
He's just really good. He's just really good.
On the subject of IRC, do you remember those people who thought MIRC was the whole of IRC?
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, the first client that I used was Perch.
I remember that.
Perch.
I remember Perch.
Yeah, MIRC. Good times, good times. But now we have the likes of Discord, which is nice.
Surreal was super fast with that shot there into the... onto... I almost said Concord. Onto Concon's legs. I went to school with a guy called Concord. On a side note.
His first name was Concord.
His first name was Concord, yes.
That is... There is... I mean...
It's a big world out there, Dan.
On.
You can't judge. It's a big world.
Come on.
I went to school with a guy called Laurie as well.
Laurie!
I'm not joking.
Here. Concord! Here.
Yep.
Great.
Wild times.
Well. I don't really know where to go with that, but looks like Surreal does. He's got the AWP. He is ready. And I have some facts about Concords in a moment.
Great. I can't wait.
So, one by one here. BMC players getting picked off, but they have actually got themselves 3 players now close towards that A side. There is an opportunity here potentially. They can get any of these entries going, but no one can. I mean, Seb was lurking there with the AWP, but looks like just nothing is going indeed. So, what does Seb do now? He's got players oncoming. 30 seconds to try to survive. If he could keep, I mean, he really wants to survive with this AWP, armor, Tech 9.
I think the wall's not going to help.
They're surrounding him, James.
Let me give you some sound cues to identify where I am.
Yeah, that was not great forward thinking.
Right then, money broken for BMC, so Complexity have an opportunity to steal a lead away. See what BMC have in mind on this occasion. Tech 9s once again, just a one-up though for Complexity. Maybe they will have a better time of things, and maybe they'll have a better read of BMC's intentions for this round. That is a curious HE grenade. Concon's been taken down early. There's a nice pop flash for mid, by the way, from that ramp area. If you just do a jump throw off the left wall, it bounces over that roof in the top left corner of your screen there. Ooh, Jason R going a bit too far again, and I do wonder what is their intention on a round such as this to play a close quarters game when you have all the advantages and control of Banana.
It's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
Why do you need to die there?
It's a bit cheeky. And he was sent away to a distant land.
Now that forces a rotation from Surreal. Good to have an AWPer over towards B bomb site. Sanks peeks. Sanks is dead.
So it's a slow approach here for BMC onto the B-bomb site, but they have opportunity. Surreal, though, in position. It's going to be difficult to really get rid of him here, and he's going to easily knock down the remainder of BMC. So Complexity bring themselves back into this one. That said, I mean, on the T side for BMC, I think they already feel, you know, fairly comfortable in 6 rounds. It's a decent amount of rounds to work with, even if you're not to get any more, but they have a lot of opportunity to do so, to get more. Up on Wardell, and again, I previously mentioned I was curious as to the ways they tried to use him. They know that Surreal's AWPing. They know that they've seen him moving all over the place, so that makes things quite scary. Wardell going for fast timing there. The grenades, oh no! The grenades force hesitation, doesn't get the kill, hesitates again, gets tagged, burned alive.
I would like to note that Surreal's been really fast in terms of reactions with the AWP on this map so far. And that bodes well for Complexity, who are looking to even the score now. Although BMC still dangerous at the moment. Surreal spotting some movement. Android playing off angles. That's a lovely jump from Neptune. That will allow him to avoid going down there. Con taking a risk, doesn't pay off for him. Creeping around the edge of the smoke, and Surreal will reposition towards the site. See if he can be fast on this occasion. The jump there, tries to snap, but no kill for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Surreal's the biggest problem here on this defense to deal with, and BNC easily clear him. And it's just Desi left. That's a very tough situation to be in for Desi. This should not really be winnable in any reality. Although our reality is looking a bit weird these days, James.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Politically.
Oh. I mean, that was a very broad statement.
It was a bit ambiguous. I didn't want to go into like a political tirade, so I was just like, let's just go ambiguous.
Okay.
And perhaps James will just ignore it, and I won't have to explain myself.
So
and like, we can move on, and everyone's happy.
On Old Inferno, around the in the apartments area. What's the area behind Arch called? Is that apartments? Whatever. Anyway, there used to be a table on there that you could stand on to look towards Arch, and so if somebody peeked you, like if there was an AWPer who peeked you,
about library.
Library, yes. If somebody peeked you on the T side, you're more likely to be shot in the leg than you are in the chest. It's always a nice place to stand. So when I'm playing passive AWPing on Arch, I will head towards there. But now there's a couch there. But it's cool that it was kept in the design of the map with the update. Surreal didn't opt to go there on that occasion. He went to the side to help his teammates. Didn't work out for them in the end. 7-5 to BMC. Back to winning ways.
So quicker take on apartments here from Seb. We've seen him doing this very frequently, and he's often been doing it with the help of Neptune. They've been sort of the dynamic duo of apartments for BMC, and we previously saw Neptune getting that pick from apartments in towards the A bomb site, and that really spurred them on to be able to win the round and play off of it. So we'll have to see what else they can accomplish here in the early phase of their map control attempts.
I've spent like 2 hours trying to make a smoke for deep short from inside the balcony room, but it leaves a tiny gap in the corner, which is very abusable by CTs if you try and make your way towards long. Just can't get it perfect. 50 seconds on the clock, and this time BMC have the ability to harass both sides of the map. Maybe playing for a pick. You see the bombs at bottom banana. It can go either way. Wardle collecting the bomb, but which way will he go? Seems it's going to be a fake. Sanks getting the pick onto Desi. That might pull a rotation. Indeed it will. Just Android in a good position towards A now. And the CT start to move back towards A. They're reading this really well.
Yeah, I felt like that was a pretty nice fake. Obviously, perhaps they needed another player there or something similar. Either way, BMC still with a strong opportunity to try to work their way in. But Surreal, I mean, he is such a big problem with that AWP. So on point so quick, as you mentioned. And it's going to be an easy takedown of the remainder of BMC as they hurriedly and desperately try to rush into the A site. And it's just not going to work. And Complexity trailing 1 round now against BMC.
Yeah, it starts to... Once something goes wrong for BMC and they're playing the late game, it just turns into meat grinder mode, and they're definitely not the grinder. Complexity 1 round behind, and again, BMC are on the eco. So now I'm curious to see what Complexity do. Are they going to put themselves in needless close quarters situations again? Like Jason R, in my opinion, was unnecessarily picked off, but this time it's a bit obvious what BMC are doing thanks to the scope of Surreal moving in now. But Jason R needs help from his teammate. Desi finally deploying that grenade. It was a bit late on his decision there. But so far so good, a perfect round. Thanks maybe going for a knife round of smoke, but he'll get picked off 7-7. 1 round remains in the first half.
1 round remains. Well, we have a scout in Wardell. That's going to be fun. How many nades are they going to buy? You need nades. Give me the nades. There we go. We've got some nades coming in. How many smokes do we have? 2 smokes. That's not that is not a respectable amount of smokes, I would say, James. I say 3 is a respectable amount of smokes. Ooh.
Ooh.
Someone got dinked.
Neptune.
Neptune got dinked, man.
The 15-year-old.
Through a wall, though. So
Hashtag
presumably.
barely legal.
What is that? What are you saying there? What are you even doing?
I'm just saying I don't know if he can be paid a salary. That's what I'm saying.
Right, okay. I'm sure that's what you meant. So we have Surreal there waiting with the orb. So dangerous, and again, you don't know where he's going to be standing. He's been such a big problem. Even though he's only got, I think, 8 or 9 frags at the moment, they've been pretty high-impact frags, and he causes a lot of issues for how the team has to respond because he's present somewhere with an orb. And that like, just having presence with an AWP is a big deal. Neptune, once again, trying to get some work done here. He's been so good in this position. You can see they're looking for it. I love that from Def. He's not even trying to face the angle. He's just trying to bait out some info from a player that could be and has been there.
Molotov, slightly too early for that smoke. 4 players around the B bomb site. Complexity have Def towards CT, but he has no utility, so he can't throw any flashes to allow his teammates to peek. The pressure's coming in now. Sank's looking for something, but there's a crossfire here for the CT side. That's it. Jason R's been taken down. The plant's coming in. No, it's not. Concon can't get it done, and it's down to Wardle and his scout. Close, but not close enough there. Aiming for the headshot onto Def. Complexity take a thin lead into the second half.
Yeah, but look at that recovery. The initial 5-0 was very irksome for Complexity. That said, I must remind everybody that Complexity are yet to win a pistol round. Will this be number 1 for them? Or will they lose 6 out of 6 pistol rounds?
That is quite something.
I mean, that's where we're at right now. Complexity have been less than good on those pistol rounds in comparison to what BMC are working with. Oh, nice tag actually from Connor. Oh, Neptune's got an opportunity here. Lots of players oncoming. Has to deliver a couple frags. Oh, they're lining up, but nothing just yet. 7 in the 4th position, has to get frags as well. Can't back his way into any. And now Wardell has to get some frags. The numbers game is working well. Oh my god, there's one. Oh, what is this? Oh, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. They should have had that, James.
That is monstrous. Well, the smart thing from BMC is having 3 people on B, which I wouldn't say is necessarily surprising on a pistol round.
Yeah.
That second kill from Wardle was fantastic. But they just like, okay, we've killed 2 people. That means no one's on B. So they try to plant the bomb without checking any of the site. That's matchmaking tier then.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. And it worked out. Wardell was able to hit the shots where his teammates could not. Pretty sick stuff. Pretty sick stuff from Wardell. And now it's Tech9's to do the business. And that does indeed mean 6 out of 6 pistol rounds have now been lost by Complexity. Unfortunate for them. Nice opener, though, from Surreal using that Tech9. In the flames he goes. And he will die, will Jason R. But they're 2 versus 3. Well, now 1 versus 3 and Surreal 2 HP. Never mind.
Surreal, good opportunity to plant the bomb, however. so at least he can get some money for his team. But impending doom is here. 2 HP. He's got to avoid all the things. Can he get close enough to go for the one tap? Ooh.
I just noticed, James, that there is an umbrella sticker on the crate. Why is that?
It may mean that it must be shielded from rain.
Ah, yes.
Because it's a wooden crate. You must shield warheads from rain, Dan.
Please shield me from the rain.
Did you see Richard Lewis? He was doing on one of his vlogs, and he was talking about an article where somebody was using a grenade as some kind of like, I think he was bashing some kind of like mallet. He was using a grenade, a live grenade, a World War II grenade as a mallet. Some dude in Japan. Some kind of mallet. Yeah, never mind. I'll get back to this later on. I don't know why that made me think of it. Oh, because
I mean gross.
Because of rain and warheads. Rain and warheads, right? Because there's warheads in there. I'm pretty sure. So somebody gave him a grenade, and I think said it was like a. I don't know if he's using it to like bash some kind of ingredient or something.
Like a
this story sucks.
Pestle and mortar.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have action. We have action. The pistols have yielded a result so far. Trying to push in though, go in a little bit. Well, he's alone. He was alone, and he will die alone. His teammates are unable to trade him. Ooh, caught in the jump though. Desi finds an opening. Although the advantages are pretty heavily stacked for BMC still. The bomb is very far away, so they have to really get some fragging going, and just nothing's going on right now. How do you say that word?
What?
That there's Italian words on the wall there. I didn't see it for long enough. Riparazione? Bicicletta? I don't know what it said. Anyway, Desi is going to go for a heroic attempt, James. He knows the odds are against him. He knows that there should be no way he can win this round, but he's going to try.
2 HP, of course. And it's all over. It's all over. There will be no bomb plant for Complexity in this round. Complexity, apparently the English team. Oh, these CT models are some of the newer models in the game. That is a big vent thing for the gas mask. Yeah, these are... Was it a T side who recently had some models updated? I think it was as well. Anyway, enough about models. 2-round advantage for BMC as Complexity come in for the buy. Early grenade spam. Ooh, Sanks is going for a very forward position. And he's facing, before the smoke even goes off, position spotted. And that's an early disadvantage for BMC. Now, something I might get to, well, can't talk now because all the action is happening, but it's a 2 versus 4. Complexity are in very good stead to win this round.
Yeah, they have to be careful though. It is of course very losable at the same time if they don't, or if they're not cautious here. You can see Surreal there almost losing his head. Unlucky for Seb not to be able to take him down. And also, I think quite unlucky for Sanks not getting anything done with that forward push. It looked really good. His spray just whiffed though. And it's the UMP against 4 players. Good luck, Seb. Good luck, Seb. He's going to need some luck, James.
Well, let's see if Complexity check the site properly. Oh, 1 down. Now, what does Wardle decide to do? Insta-save with the AWP. Very important. Now, I was going to say, with the new Inferno, on the T side of mid is more narrow. It's narrower than it was previously. So you can throw 1 smoke down mid from a CT perspective, and the Ts can't see mid, basically. And there are 2 ways you can do it. You could just do a normal smoke in the middle of mid, so you block out the whole of mid, or you can do it slightly to the right. So from a CT perspective, the left-hand side, like the right-hand side of your picture here, where this wall is slightly exposed. So if you're holding an angle with the AWP, you can kind of bait a T into moving over there, and you can get almost a free kill a lot of the time. So you saw Sanks was 2/3 of the way down mid when he deployed the smoke grenade already. Didn't see how he got there in the first place, but I mean, from top mid you can throw that smoke, and that can really slow down the round from a T side perspective.
And this would be, I mean, they can full buy here as well because of the AWP save. It allowed for that. It's very nice for BMC. I like saying BMC.
Yeah, I do too.
I like what they got going on.
Perhaps you'll have more opportunity to say it, Dan. It depends on how this match goes. If you are just joining us, it's a 2-0 for BMC over Complexity at the moment.
In this best of 5. Right, well, Android has himself the forward position, so they're just getting the normal spots. Unlike BMC, though, we're not seeing as strong apartments takes. That was something I think BMC did really well between Neptune and I think it was Seb who was with him. Neptune was kind of like the get-right of that situation, the guy that would try to push the apartments kind of solo in those forward positions and try to get action on A. Now, here comes the push. Here comes the nades. I'm curious about this defensive setup here.
Oh. Smoke is down, but that stops the trade frag situation, or does it? Neptune spotted, but he needs help from his teammate who's in CT. coN is running to the rescue here. 18 HP, he's surely going to go down. Oh man, the tracer fire, that's unbelievable. How is he still alive? coN coming through now. Jason R in the dark spot. Surreal, I'm not sure if the scope has been heard. We've got a 2-man rotation coming in. And it's time to get the bomb down.
That can be so damaging when someone's like in a spot like that where they just like refuse to die and everyone's trying to like kill them because they know they have to clear that spot, and then you go too wide or whatever and it takes too much attention away and you give up frags. But Connor, he is looking to get some action going here, managing to take down Surreal. The trade frags, where is it at? We've got Jason R with the kills. Just one more to find. He's got 7 HP. Oh, what's out of that? Not do anything. James,
it was in a corner.
Explain.
It was in the corner. He was lucky, but not lucky enough. Another round in the bag for BMC. Their money's tight though, but I mean, what will Complexity choose to do? It seems they will choose to force. They know that there's an opportunity to break the money of BMC. They choose to gamble. They're putting it all on Black, Dan, because always bet on Black.
Why?
Because Black.
Okay, it doesn't really sound like reason, but okay. I guess it doesn't have to be one. Sometimes you don't have to have a reason. Well, we've got the push into the B-bomb site quickly approaching from Complexity. Seb in position with Neptune. Looks like they're actually going to be, of course, blocked off by these smokes, so I'm happy that they didn't run through the smoke.
They've got
oh no. It's happening, James. The flank. They're locked in.
Oh, I like that they are not overextending. That's really important. You don't need to force the issue here if you know that you have them trapped. Sanksto still wants to continue to push. Waddle was holding the angle, and he got picked off. Now, he had a flashbang, and he could have thrown the flash to allow his teammates to peek. Not the case, though. Neptune is stuck behind the pillar now. It's all falling apart for the CTs, and now Sanks can really come into play. Spots Android. Can he get the kill, though? No, opting to try and stop the plant in the normal spot. Flashbang as well. Buying time for his teammate who's next to him. That's a nice flash, but hey, will stop the plant. The nice jump stops. Well, he sees where some of the T's are. But now we are in dangerous waters. What will Sanks do from this position with the smoke?
I love all the nade usage from Sanks, man. He's just thrown every single nade to very good effect. Obviously going with the flash. Connor just slightly... Well, Connor was in position, but the smoke was in play. And that really put him in a spot where he could not refrag. I don't know where he is necessarily, though. So if he plays this smart, he might be able to get them to... Oh, almost a lineup. And that would have been big. But instead, they die. And they have no money. Also, by the way, shout-outs to Vendetta, who is currently watching this match. Hello, Halvor.
Mr. Halvor. Gulestol.
Gulestol.
So the gamble paid off for Complexity. And BMC will likely have to concede their lead. That said, they've got 2 CZs, which are very dangerous. Again, we've got the mid-push with the CZs. There's one down. Not enough bullets for the second one. So far, so good for Complexity. They'll be happy with just one man going down. And that is a fast, prompt, brief cleanup for the T side.
Indeed. Indeed. And remember, you can subscribe to our channel here on YouTube because obviously we've made the switch. And if you want to be notified of all the content that we make and have that prioritized, then you can ring the bell.
If you click the bell next to the subscribe button, that's how you get the email alerts, which is what Dan is alluding to. It's how you know when we go live. Got to click that bell. There's a rap song with a bell in it somewhere, but I can't think of it right now. So
Brilliant.
I'll move swiftly on.
Oh, is there anything to be had? Ah, unfortunate. No connection on the Deagle. Sanks gets himself a trade, but that means all the excitement now is gone. It's gone. No more excitement in this round.
All the excitement, Dan, is about your Concord fact.
I can't believe that you actually remember that. I think it'd be a bit too much to go into right now, though.
Oh, it's a big fact, is it? Is it full of juicy information?
It's a massive fact, James. It's enormous. It's gargantuan. It's behemoth.
I
used four words there, which mean the same thing to describe how large it is, how vast, how expansive.
Wow. I'm just going to leave that one alone. BMC have lost the lead.
Mental note, when mentioning consoles, Dan says really weird stuff. Don't do it again.
BMC have lost the lead. Complexity have cash in the bank as well. This is a very bad spot as far as this one map goes for BMC, because even if BMC were to win this round, let's say they win it with 2 players, 3 players, Complexity are coming straight back with a full buy. Yep. Nothing but pressure coming their way. It's a really bad spot for the CT side right now.
Absolutely. And they are lacking in some of Zenades. coL is AWPing towards the A side of the map there. We can see him towards Arch. Connor above quads on the little quad roof. Always an annoying position to deal with if the setup is there. But if it's just that guy and there's no smokes, it can be very easy to deal with. Depends. Either way, I like that BMC are not trying to give up too easily on the banana position. You don't want to give away map control too easily on this map. You really want to force the Ts to fight for it a little bit. And in fact, Complexity are even going to give up the ghost there on banana. They're going to go towards A, sorry. And this is where this setup is. We got coL on Archway, and we got the boost onto quad. Oh, that's fantastic there from coL. Finds himself a slither of an angle to take a frag with, and falls back and away. Oh, Desi, nice kill there onto Connor. Stops him doing any damage.
Complexity straight up playing for picks towards the A site. coL delivering now. He's got that AWP, and it's very hard for the T's to trade. Bad timing for coL looking away, but oh, the team kill there from Surreal. He got a CT as well, and now there's only 1 T remaining, and coL wrecks him. 4K for coL. The team kill for Complexity as well. Takes the ace away.
Dude, when you're watching coL, it's like you press like the 4X button.
Yeah.
It's like 4 times speed.
I mean, that peak from Jason R is a curious one. It's like Complexity just straight up playing for picks on top mid. And if there's an AWPer there, then you should be losing to an AWPer pretty much every single time. If an AWPer's holding that angle, you're going to die. 12-12. And BMC survived in the numbers there, which is crucially important to the information we deployed earlier. It's funny how many grenades you see up here from the T side on New Inferno, considering the angle, the corner angle Fox used to hold every round on old Inferno, where you could nade him from tree, and no one ever did, ever. But maybe one time. Seb taken down early. Neptune's in a lot of trouble. 20 HP. Does he have any escape? He's done great. Oh, he gets out. How does he escape there? Flashbang as well. He's bought time for his team. And now coL's in CT, but Neptune finally goes down.
Yeah, that's really important too. I think Neptune dropped the smoke, but they didn't buy it. They pushed straight past it to get the refrag. Important stuff. Ooh, the jump across. That's good information there for coL. He can call that there's a player on Shadow at least. Or towards Shadow. As he tries to get something done. Smoked off though. This is problematic now for BMC. 3 players to try to go for the retake with. Oh no, oh my god, please no. Please no. coL. Going for the mad penetration kills there. Doesn't get it though.
They are surrounded, the Complexity side. CT's coming from all orifices of the B bomb site. Desi and Def remain. Spots one Desi, just trying to buy time, trying to stay alive. There goes Sanks, and now it's coL alone. He doesn't have a kit either. This is pretty much GG for this round.
He can stop them getting off the side though, or he's going to play it really safe.
It's more important for him to hold on to his AWP at this point, especially as they've just been reset again. Now we'll see the CT money, and it was so important that they survived in numbers last round, but their money still sucks. So they have a decision. They have minimal loss bonus. Their money will still suck in the following round. but they will be able to field some semblance of a buy. So again, we're in difficult territory for BMC, and it's going to be about Wardle. And it's awkward, because if he loses his AWP in this round, he can't buy it in the next round. So it's very difficult times. To have any chance of winning this round, Wardle has to pretty much kill everyone. Oh dear, that's not good. And there's the grenade I was talking about off the right-hand side of the window. Neptune got fully wrecked. We've got a bait situation. The timing is unreal. Works out for the CTs though. Def trades, but there's a weapon to be collected. 2 versus 4.
Yeah, I mean, I agree as well with Wardell. Like, you have to basically presume that the AWP is disposable in this round. I mean, that's one way that you can approach it. It's obviously too late for that now. All the action happening elsewhere, but Sanks can still do something, potentially steal away a weapon. He's not looking for any aggression there coming in from the boiler room, but BMC in a spot where Sanks is going to be able to steal away indeed an AK-47 that was in the apartments. He's got a CZ and a Molotov as well, so pretty big value steals, as well as Wardell being able to keep hold of the AWP. Now, does Complexity want to try to hunt here? They don't have a huge amount of cash themselves. They're not. This is one of those situations where both teams can almost mutually say, you know what, let's just you know, have that gentleman's agreement. No one having any fights, no tomfoolery of any kind. Let's just bring our stuff into the next round. And you can see, James, minimum tomfoolery.
It's really important that not only did Wardell save his AWP, but Sanks picked up an AK. That's desperately needed equipment.
Yep.
Wardell's in a position where he could drop an M4, but I mean,
They
haven't bought anything yet, so are they figuring out the spread? Are they playing for overtime? That would be crazy in this point.
Oh, what?
Or, yeah, it seems they are.
Interesting.
Seems they're taking a risk with what they have. And their worst case scenario, they've got to buy for overtime.
2
so
chances,
it's another interesting decision that they've chosen. That's not good.
That's really smart nades, though. Really nice nades. And if he peeks into the long angle, he's dead. And there's not really any reason for him to do so. To be honest, it's very risky. They know that there's an AWP on the tees. I think you very rarely see that push made, and I think it's very high risk, and they don't need to do it just yet. Oh man, it happens. Wardell goes for it and he dies. Now what do they do, James? Wardell was a big part of potential victory there.
2 players on the B-bomb site. AWP's being collected by coN. Maybe trying to pull a rotation, but then they haven't really done that. Sanks going for the raw peek top mid. Is he going to peek more? He needs to back off now. The Molotov, will it come in time? It will. Get a HE grade in as well. But coN's been taken down. And the rotation comes straight back. Seven, but nasty surprise. Jumps straight into it. And now Complexity look to have big advantages moving to game points.
Now the front of Neptune. Oh, can he get something out of this smoke? Very nearly. 2 players very low. If Neptune had managed to afford himself a frag there, that would have been really interesting. Oh, Surreal catches the kill. And at least Sanks can steal away the AWP at least. So that Wardell's AWP will live. Or the AWP for Wardell will live on. But indeed, BMC now playing for overtime. And I think this really tells you a lot about BMC. They're a team that seems very considered in their decision making. Individually and also overall as a team. They've been thinking about not just 1 round ahead or 2, but 4 or 5 rounds ahead. They've been trying to understand what is the best decision in the long term, and that's very good to see a team with that cognizance. So they have definitely been surprising me. This is, of course, the first time that I've been watching them, as they are a new group of dudes.
They have a quite reasonable buy for this round as well, and it shows confidence in their ability, which is cool. But the decision making is very rare, especially in this continent, which is very cool to see that you have a team who are willing to take such decisions and really thinking about what their options are. And again, they are playing with a 2-0 cushion at the moment. They are 2 games up over Complexity, something to note as well. But yeah, that's promising stuff. So the buy has come in, and Wardle has not bought anything just yet.
And the cool thing too is, again, I don't really know much about B. Almost nothing.
I just want to say quickly, Wardle had 5,500, and he could have dropped an M4 for one of his teammates so they could buy more grenades than they had, because you don't want him messing around throwing grenades for his team. Like, coN's got a decoy. He could have dropped, and they had took a timeout as well. Like, he could have dropped coN an M4, and he could have bought himself grenades from coN. and they would have had a better hold, and they could have wasted more time off the T side.
Yeah,
So,
very weird. Very weird.
yeah. Especially with a timeout. Like, you shouldn't be missing detail like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Even without a timeout, it shouldn't really be happening. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, we get the smoke there in towards quad to get some forward space. A nice Molotov too, and that's, as we can see, the effect. Wildo has to play a little bit back, and this is going to allow Complexity, if they decide later on in the round to take top mids, it's going to be a bit easier for them to do so. Having created presence and asserted themselves in this way early on. Cyril won't be able to catch a quick frag from Wildo this time, but you can see he's absolutely going to be looking for it. And indeed, Complexity are going to be looking towards some top mid control very soon, it seems. Cyril being the one to challenge the angles to allow them to do so. Especially with that nade there, Cyril can focus on Arch.
Again, another situation where the initial grenades from Complexity baited grenades from BMC, and that also tells Complexity something about the setup of BMC, which is maybe why they're going towards Arch.
Oh, this is really nice. I love the nades here. This is really great. This is a great play here so far from Complexity. Connor has to go pretty huge here. Already, though, we see Waterway take kill. Holding down A, and Connor catches two players. They know exactly what's up. The bomb, they're going for that B-Wrap through CT spawn, and BMC have none of it. I have to say, Complexity played that well, but BMC read it very well also.
Yeah, it's fortunate for, I think it was Connor in CT spawn. Yeah, indeed it was. That he heard them, but they didn't hear him because he was stepping as well. Saw the bomb, all the info, got 2 kills. Lovely stuff from him. 2 rounds required for BMC, and look at the cash on the T side. It's running low. If they are to lose this run, they might be in trouble on the last one. 3-2 setup, standard stuff from BMC. Previous round, Wardle played over towards short, mixing things up after problems towards long, but he's back on long for this round.
7 Neptune, obviously trying to duo things up here. We saw them, the duo on apartments in T, in their T side, and now they are the duo of B, of Banana. And Smoke is there to delay the Ts, but it does seem as though having the bomb up there is somewhat of an indication to us that Complexity are thinking about a full-on B push, and they have been very good on those. Complexity is showing a lot of comfort on the Inferno so far, and giving BNC a hell of a time. Again, just creating presence, leaving a lurker in Desi towards A, but the push comes into B very shortly from here from Complexity. Yeah,
it's a long rotation as well. Wardle is still in the Arch Neptune. That's a trajectory, but Android's looking away, so he won't know Neptune's in this position. Changed from the high ground on first oranges to second oranges. And here comes the flash jumping over. That is great stuff from Neptune. 2 kills for him. Make it a third. That is absolutely devastating. 4 kills on the B bomb site. No response from the T's just yet. And we look to be headed to a 14-15 situation. And again, the money won't be good for Complexity. They've got problems.
That was a massive play there from Neptune. Big, big play. Saw the opportunity, went for it. Execution was on point. Now Desi against 3. He's been spotted. I guess some good damage on Wardell, but what is he really going to be able to do in this round? He's going to try to get himself out of there, maybe save what he has. Does take down Connor, so it looks like the save is going to be happening here for Desi. But yeah, beautiful rounds here from BMC. That duo between Neptune and Seb worked wonders. Here is the play.
That was epic. That is so epic. That's really cool.
It's really, really cool, yeah.
That third kill as well, that was tight. It's very tight.
Tight. Nice.
Right, so we'll see what the Complexity side have to offer in this round. Despite the save in the last round, I think the player had 2150, so that means Galil at best. So we'll see what Complexity have to offer. And again, in some of these rounds, they've been just simply playing for picks, and now they've got to do it with this a lot less than they had previously. 5-man on road towards the B-bomb sites.
Ooh, they're just going to go straight in. This is going to be a cool test for Neptune there, played by the fountain. Number 1 spray down continues. Neptune picks up himself more kills there. The aid of Seb is good also. Jason R, the only one standing. BNC looking to lock in the overtime now. And considering the way that they've been making decisions, it is so cool to see them get there, James. Because they played for this overtime. There's the spots that they are in, so many teams are investing fully, and they're like, nope, we're going to try to give ourselves more chances to win rounds, even if there is a few slim chances, but try to guarantee that we at least get overtime.
Yes, they have taken measured decisions, and
Yes.
it's fun to watch. It's good to watch. So we'll see if Complexity can keep themselves in this match in the Season 3 of ECS. They've got 3 rounds in their T side with which to do it again. I do wonder how much Complexity can get out of baiting BMC into throwing grenades when they drop a smoke here or there. And it can give away the setup of BMC on one of the sites, namely A, where we're seeing most of the reaction again. Seems like standard stuff for the CTs. Wardle over towards long. Nice deep smoke into Boiler to kick things off.
So good forward presence in apartments. And BNC, I mean, they're not really playing too aggressively. There's no need to do so. It's really good to kind of have this approach, especially when you've got a lot of utility, to see how Complexity want to mix things up. And I mean, we've seen this approach here many times from Complexity now. They get that smoke onto quad, which allows them an easier take on top mid, where their main effort is. BMC keeping to the 3 defenders here, and in comes the push from Complexity. It's going to be a scary one. Connor looking to play around the smoke though, in quad. Pulling a lot from this, they've spotted the tracer fire, and he is dead.
Wardle playing very close with this AWP. This is dangerous waters. How does he miss? There were 3 people in the smoke, can't hit a single one. Second shot missed as well, and that means that Sanks is in a lot of trouble over on A side on his own. He's got a gap, but down goes Sanks. Finally, one player picked off. Can he find an angle on second one? You see Def's position. There's a lovely flashbang coming in, but Def won't face. Doesn't need to take the risk. Don't know if the flash worked out. It's a real around Boiler now, facing, but that's not going to work out for him. 3 on 3, and the T's are dropping. What's happening there?
Yeah, really nice timing coming in from Neptune there to take down Def, allowing, well, basically freeing Wardle from his prison in the library, and that's going to be working out fantastically well for them. And just so many small situations there going the way of BMC, and they defuse the bomb. That's round number 1 in overtime number 1 for them. BMC taking a lead.
I'm very surprised they won that round, considering
yeah.
how bad a situation they were in. Short play getting taken down. Wardle up close, missing 3 players through a smoke, but somehow they still won the round. I do not know. Complexity, 5 AKs, lots of utility. See if they can have a better time of things. Again, it's 3 rounds per half now. Used to be 5, but the gods have shown us mercy. Android X grenaded down to almost nothing at all. BMC, they've learned. They're not playing deep in B at this point. Lots of grenades being bounced off walls. Speaking of which, that is a glorious grenade onto Def.
Glory was received. And we've seen a lot of action from apartments from Neptune. It'd be cool to see Def getting something done from there. See that BMC are well aware that that's a possibility. Playing very, very, very passively at the moment. Not challenging any of the forward positions, allowing, once again, Complexity to take top mid. It's like the last round. Last round we saw an explosion through Archway, a wrap onto the A sites. This time, though, they're actually going to fall back and go towards Banana again. And BMC, they didn't rotate their 2 players from Banana last time either, so they're just going to hold.
Yeah, this is the 40-second mark where you would, again, you often see that third player making his way towards the B bomb site, but Waddle's still firmly stuck in Arch. And by the time this push comes in, he will surely be smoked off. They start to rain in now, and here comes the rotation for the CT side. See if the CTs can hold. Still no push kick coming in from Complexity. Only now emerging as 5 players versus this crossfire. Waddle gets off to a good start. Same with a 2-man spray down. And almost another one. Neptune stealing away another kill. Not a single frag for... Wait, no one was even touched.
Yeah.
Complexity did 0 damage in that round.
And you were right. I mean, I was just looking and just to see how well the counter grenades would work. And the counter grenades, the flashbangs from BMC on the B defenders, it bought so much time. So much time. It's insane. And you can see the panic struck Complexity players rushing in after that point, and it did not look too good. Wardell with a bit of confidence here, going for the peek on mid. Doesn't find anything though. Nice flashbangs coming in to help to deny him.
I like that he didn't go back to the well again. He knows that it can be a fast push-up second mid, and he does not need to overextend and give his team an early disadvantage. So he just moves back to a more passive area, not doing anything crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, BMC, they've been quite fun to watch as a team that's new for me to watch. And, you know, players, watching the players and their decision making is been quite fun also. Again, our expectations for the newer teams in NA is certainly a bit more of the pug style. We're not seeing that.
Yeah, they look like they are hard workers. See if they can get the third round here. No one down for either side here, but Surreal just on a Tech 9, and now he's not on anything at all. Player pushing the balcony. That was Desi. He's down as well. Waddle down to the P250. Oh, sorry, the 5-7. Great damage done. The bomb's in library with 40 seconds left, and now it's Def alone versus 4. Takes coL down, but he was low health anyway. Sanks just holding an off angle in the pit. They know the bomb's in library. Look at the positioning of the CTs. They're forced to pre-fire all the angles. 25 seconds. Choices have been removed. Has to make a play towards A. He doesn't know if anyone's on the site. What a bad spot for him. Sanks spotted. Don't re-peek Sanks. There's no need. He knows that Def's on the site now, and they can just rein in. The bomb cut doesn't even matter, unfortunately for Def, because it's the last round and a half.
Oh man, poor Def. He gave it everything that he could to try to win that very awkward situation. He did a pretty good job, you know, getting himself into some spots where he could do something. However, that is a strong start for BMC into this overtime, not dropping a single round. 18-15, they are now on match points, James.
3 match points.
3 match points. 1 round is what they need to take them to ECS Season 3. What a result that would be for them. Yeah,
that would be really awesome. And it's great to see the rise of new, if you will, you know, in inverted commas, new NA teams, or people putting up a fight against the old guard, if you will. Again, not over till it's over. Complexity on a full buy. 3 players starting over towards CT side. In that situation, you wouldn't necessarily want to throw 3 grenades down towards B, because that would give the game away. Def rotating back towards A now that there's no fast play from BMC. They don't need to take any risks. They have 3 match points. You can see it's 3 opportunities to win, or 3 opportunities not to mess up.
So easy does it here for BMC. Looking to challenge Banana. We've got Jason R, who's close by what was the wagon. And of course Desi there to support him. It's a very tough situation. Oh, the boost over. That's lovely stuff. Is Desi going to be able to go for the peak here? Or rather, will he choose to go for a peak here? Would of course be quite detrimental to his health. Oh, the timing. Connor looks away just in the moment that he peaks. And that means they know there is at very least 2 players there. Jason R forced out of his position by the Molotov into the fire of Sanks. Desi trying to hold. There is 1 frag in return, but he is traded, and this looks desperate here for Complexity.
Surreal. Lights harassment with the Molotov, but look at the army coming his way. Smoke down. They may think it's safe, but it's not safe. Still an awkward peak, though, for Surreal. No one pushing that area from the T side. There's no need. Nice flash. That should do some damage. Push coming in now. 2 men from that position. coL, he could go for a flank here. They're not needed, though. They're all getting wiped out 1 by 1. Surreal alone, and he can't do it. 19-15. BMC 3-0 Complexity to make their way into ECS Season 3.
Yeah, a big warm welcome to BMC. That is quite a lovely result, and I do very much look forward to seeing the new blood that we have here from that team. And I think they're going to be bringing a lot of